morning.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Please take your seat. You are Thoudam Vishal
Yes, ma'am.
from Manipur.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then. Your first question is, describe yourself in one word. Why did you choose the word?
In one word,
Yes.
optimistic. I would describe myself as an optimistic person.
Why did you choose the word?
Pardon me,
Why did you choose the word?
because I'm a kind of person who values discipline, integrity, and empathy, and I'm also literally a curious person. With I'm also literally a curious person that pushes me to ask questions and seek deeper understanding before arriving at a situation, and I also enjoy with engaging people and listening to diverse perspectives, and many challenges also motivated me. I approach them with my patience and problem solving, and at my core and at my core using these qualities, I would like to significantly contribute to society in a constructive manner.
Okay. Vishal, you are from Manipur, isn't it? Why don't you work for your state instead of aiming for all Indian service?
Pardon?
You are from Manipur. Why don't you work for your state instead of aiming for all Indian service?
Ma'am, probably I should say that Indian civil service is a service for all these states, including Manipur. And if I get the IAS, or uh, there is a chance to be posted in my state, as I want to serve my country as well in India, and as well as my state, and it will have no problem for me.
You choose history as your optional subject. History often deals with multiple perspectives and interpretation. As a civil servant, you will also face situations where truth is contested. How will your study of history help you in decision making and policy implementation?
Uh, for history, history is not only for the interpretation and the historical analysis. Actually, it is the subject for all the like society, for understanding society, for understanding economy and polity, and the situations that brings us in this situation. It will help us to understand the present situation in history. History is the study of the past to understand and to understand present and plan for the future. So I would like to say that history is in itself the subject of all these subjects.
Tell us about your educational background and how it shaped your IAS aspiration.
Ma'am, I've studied my schooling from Manipur and graduation from Manipur also. Then I moved to Delhi and I studied my PG post graduation with Jawaharlal Nehru University, and I have completed my masters, and then I started preparing civil service examination. And it is a dream. It is my dream that I want to serve my country and my state through the civil service, and that's all.
Okay, your next question is, what does half an apple look like?
Half of an apple look like. Half of an apple, maybe it's bitten by someone, or it's there is always a half to it. I'm not sure.
Okay, your next question number 6 is, how can Indian balance tradition and modernity?
Pardon me.
How can India balance tradition and modernity?
Uh, can I take a second?
Yes. How can Indian balance tradition and modernity?
Uh, uh, it is the process itself that modernity and civilization is bringing the tradition for cultural traditions of a society or for an identity. It is always associated with culture and modernity as the globalization. It will always brings and go together with the cultures in modernity, and one can maintain the cultural and one can maintain the cultural and social practices of a state or a region within modernity, and it will have some effects like the decrease in like sorry
That's all.
I would like to say something but it's stuck in my mind, so
Then, ready for your next question. What are your thoughts on reservation in educational institution and government jobs? What are your thoughts on reservations in educational institution and government job?
The reservation system that India still prevail is in one side good and another side is not its way, because for firstly in the good sense it will provide many students to many vulnerable students to get admission in the uh, institutions like a very high level institutions, and for it as a bad side, it always neglected the general category students that have the not insufficient or not that includes in the category of the poverty, but as a general student it is hard, it is difficult to get admission in the such institutions, so it will affect both sides, it's a good and bad.
How do you handle stress and pressure?
According to my experience, I would like to say that if I have a stress and anxiety, I would do a meditation and I would bring positive thoughts to my mind, and I will send right messages to my mind and calm myself and I also exercise, and I also have a conversation with my trusted friend or with my parents, and I can handle that stress in that situation.
Okay. Your next question is describe a book that has influenced your thinking.
Pardon me?
Describe a book that has influenced your thinking.
Recently, I read the book called, which is written by the Ichiro Kishimi and Fumite Koka, The Courage to Be Disliked, and it is a book for the personal self-improvement book, and it will help me getting many knowledges about the courage to be disliked by the other persons, and it will teach that all the problems are interpersonal problems, so it can be solved with situations that I the one that influenced me is the the one that influenced me is that never do the separation of tasks. That is the task that we always interpret. We always it's stuck on my mind. It's stuck on my. I have some language problem. So.
Okay. Your next question is, how are US tariffs affecting Indian export and MSME?
Starling.
How are US tariffs affecting Indian export and MSME?
So I will read on that.
Okay. Vishal, imagine you are an IAS officer and you discover that one of your senior colleague is involved in a corruption case related to a public welfare scheme. If you expose him, you risk your career and transfer. If you remain silent, the public suffer. What will you do?
First thing, I will approach him with a I'll approach him. Sorry.
Okay. Your next question is, despite border tension, India continues trade with China. Do you think economic engagement and security concerns can go together?
I'm not sure. Wait on.
Okay. If a policy you implement is very effective but unpopular among people, will you continue it?
I will definitely not continue it because the policy that I've implemented should be for the public welfare, and if it did not benefit the public, it is to be discontinued at that moment. I will try a new one that will benefit the society and people, and as the.
Okay. Your next question is, what is your biggest weakness and why should we still select you?
My biggest weakness would be
You don't know about your weakness.
I'm sure about my weakness, but as far as it is concerned, I would like to say that my weakness is in the I'm actually a silent person, so as 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 far as it is necessary, and I I speak in that situation, and that's my weakness.
Okay. You are so sarcastic. Do you think reservation has achieved its intended goals or has it created new inequalities? Do you think reservation has achieved its intended goals or has it created new inequalities?
In the sense that it affects all the category. I would like to say that it is benefited for some, but the students that include in the general category will always not all the students in the general category affects very badly because
That's all.
uh,
Do you want to say more? Do you want to add more? Add more points about this question?
I would like to add some points, but in some extent, it helps to maintain include it help and inclusivity of all the category, but that's all. Sorry.
Okay. Your next question is, do you know recently in India, Union Health Secretary launched stress initiative for drug safety? What was its aims?
I'm not sure. Are we gonna?
India has temporarily suspended postal service of which country? India has temporarily suspended postal service of which country?
I've heard about it, but Uttar Pradesh.
What?
Uttar Pradesh.
Okay. Who was selected from Manipur for National Teacher Award 2025?
I'm not sure.
Which organization recently released a report on the Chief Minister of India with the most criminal case and the richest Chief Minister?
I'll read on.
Many say history repeats itself. Do you agree? Can you give an example?
In the sense that it repeats itself, it is in the situation, it is in the condition of it happens as a similar case or similar condition, but it is not repeats because time itself not repeat time itself not come. The past and the present cannot be together, and but in the sense that similar conditions happens as in the past and in the present, and we call it as a history repeat itself.
Can you give an example?
One I would like to say that in the 7 years devastation, King Marjit in Manipur history, King Marjit and his brothers fight for the throne and fight for the. And in the same case, in Manipur now, many ministers and fight for their for their for their cause. And that's
Okay. What can India learn from the Mauryan or Mughal administrative system for today governance?
for the modern administrative system. It is always it is a very decentralized, a very not decentralized, centralized administration, and it have all the economic rules and regulations. regulations and market policies, and it is a very very we can read many things from the modern administration, as it is divided into many categories like the Swami and Mahamantra and then we have seven Saptamanda. So as in now, if we could do the same, it will affect our governmental system, and it has it also has loopholes and the benefits, but we can bring out and select those benefits from the administration.
The ongoing Manipur crisis is often explained as a law and order problem, but some argue that its roots lie in the history, ethnic migration, colonial era, hillbilly administrative division, and post-independence identity politics. As a student of history, how do you see the historical origin of the present crisis?
Certainly, it is due to the infiltrations of the illegal immigrants in Manipur, due to the unchecked and dishonesty in the public authority, in the authority of the security border authority. So, as a student of history, as yes, it is also related to the past and history, but actually it is due to the disorder in the law and order situation of the Manipur and ineffective use of the power of the government. So it is, I would like to say that it is due to the ineffective governmental system.
Gachor? From a civil service perspective, how would you ensure that relief and rehabilitation reach displaced people fairly? From a civil service perspective, how would you ensure that relief and rehabilitation reach displaced people fairly?
In terms of the administration, I will use the government schemes and the funds that the central government has provided for the internet displaced version in camp, and I will use that kind of the fund and